everyone, my name is Taneri and I'm back with another video. I want to introduce my beautiful daughter, Roxy. Say hi, Roxy. Hi. So today I'm going to be showing you the books I read for the year 2017 that I totally fell in love for them, or that I went obsessed with them and read in like a day or two, maybe like a few hours, I would say. So let's get started. For the first book of 2017, I read Wonder by RJ Palacio. This book is wonderful. I won't stop saying how lovely it is to read this book. This book is about Augie Pullman. He is, I would say, about 7 or 8 years old. He was born with facial issues, so he went through a lot of surgeries and he's never been to school. So the book takes place when his parents finally decided to take Augie to school, and it's beautiful. There is an adaptation of this book in the movie came out in November of last year. I totally recommend this book and the movie. It's very wonderful. The next book I read that I fell in love completely with it, and a lot of my friends, bookaholic friends, have loved as well, is A Monster Called by Patrick Ness. It talks about a kid who kind of has to act like a grown person. He has to do his laundry, he has to do his food, he has to be good at school, he has to take care of his mom. His mom has the condition that I don't want to mention because I don't want to spoil it, but the reason why he needs to act like a grown person is because he doesn't have his mom there full time. So that's what this book is about, and it's such an amazing way to appreciate family. You should read it, and if not, you don't want to read it, you can watch the adaptation that it was made. Moving on to the next book I read that I fell in love with, that I'm waiting for May to come because I really need the second book. All I can say is, if you love magic and you love your family and you like action, Caravelle is for you. The main story is about two sisters who wants to join Caravelle. Caravelle is an invitation you get, and it's for a game. When you enter the game, you have to win so that they can grant you with a wish. So, wish. So, this book, it's amazing. And I can't wait for May to come so I can get my hands into Legendary. Yeah, so this book has a second book, and if I'm not mistaken, there's a third book that is in the making, but if I'm not mistaken, there is, but she hasn't released the name of it. So I do recommend this one if you like fantasy, action, romance, family, and suspense. It's all of that. It's perfect. So the next book that I read, and I fell in love with it, and with the movie as well, it was perfect. It was Everything by Nicola, Yoon. I'll say Yoon. So it's about a girl who has this disease that doesn't leave home, and that's about it. You have to read the book so you know what type of disease she has and why she can't leave home. If I give you much about it, I will spoil the whole story, so I don't want to do that. But all I can tell you is, if you see the spot, like the book from the side, you will see that there is a black line right here. There is a black page here, and I'm not gonna show it to you, but you can see it's totally black. Don't read it. If you read it, you will spoil the whole book. So let's not do that. Like I did. But I picked the book and I was like, what does that page says? And I got spoiled. Not spoiled, I spoiled the book. I ruined the book, period. That's all I can say because I read that page. So don't read that page. But it's a 5 out of 5. The movie is great. There's a part because it's a teenager fiction, it's a YA fiction, it's a lot of texting involved, and that in the movie I will tell you I didn't like, but in the book it's great. You get the feeling like if you were texting to people, and it's pretty cool that though. But the movie I didn't like the way that they set it up to pretend they were texting and they were talking. It was lame, but besides that the whole movie was great. Moving on to the next book is A Treasures of Adoption's Miracle. This is wrote by Karen Kingsbury. If you know her, you know that everything she writes, most of the time I will say, everything is good. There's a few books that I personally don't like, and it's because of the story behind it, but I'll say 90 out of 100 books that she does, they're all great. But this one's particular, it gets to me so deep. So if either you always have planned to adopt or you have adopted someone, please read these because you're gonna relate so much to it. Moving on to the series that I read in 2017 is Death Note. Woo! This series right here of manga is wow. It's everything that you would like. If you like thrillers, if you like action, if you like mystery, this is what you want. So the manga series that I'm talking about is Death Note, and it's about Light Yagami. He is one of the main characters in this series, and it's all about that randomly he walked and saw a notebook right in the ground, and he picked it up, and then he had the power of seeing the god of death, and because of that power he also gained the Death Note, that any name that he wrote on that notebook, the person will die within 40 seconds from a heart attack. Bam. What else you need to know? What? That's insane. So all I have to say is this series I read in a month and a half, from August to September, mid-September I'll say. Each of these, this is the black edition, this contains 2 volumes. Each volume, it's about this big. So it has 2 of these books in one, which is perfect because that way you don't have to go and get another one. You already have 2 here. If you want to get hooked into something new that you haven't read, do that. Like, if you're gonna like it, it's nothing that I can say. If you like thrillers, if you like action, drama, it's all about it. It's amazing. The next books, did I mention that? Books, yes, plural, because there were a lot, and not only there were a lot, they were in a month, I'll say, because yeah, it was about a month that took me to read everything that I'm about to show you. Mind you, they're not all the books in the series, but this is everything I read from Attack on Titan. It's a manga, and it'll blow your mind. Main story of Attack on Titan is about people who are closed up between walls. Why is that? It's because there is this mutant people, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but that's my best try to pronounce it correctly. So it's about all of these people that are closed up within walls so that they can try to stay away from things that can kill them. Things that can kill them, I'm talking about the Titans. So that's all about, and they're trying to survive as they go. If they make a lot of sound, the Titans will be attracted to the sound and they will eat them. Moving on to the very last books I read in December. I really thought it was one of those type of books that you read in high school that is mandatory for you to read so you can graduate. So I didn't read it, and I never picked it up at the store. But for some reason, I came across of her second book published, that it was published late last year. I don't remember which month it was, because I got it in December, but I think it was somewhere either from October on. I don't remember exactly when. But it's The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur. I'm bad with pronunciations with names, so I do want to apologize to the author. But moving on, this book is amazing. I can't say nothing bad about it. I give it a 5 out of 5. It's poetry like. Well, it's not poetry like. It's poetry, and it's divided in 5 different sections, and it's just wonderful. And as you go, you see images from the author. Apparently the author is the one who made these images, so as you go, it gives you a flow of like talking to her, like if she was talking to you. That's how I felt through the whole book. And then I started researching videos of her on YouTube, and it was like it was like, oh my god, while I was reading it, I had never seen her, never heard her voice, and it was just as I pictured it. It was crazy. So after I finished this in a day, I literally finished it in a day because it's a really quick book. It has very small, well, not like this, but you'll see a few through the book like that, but it's pretty small reading, and it's pretty good. Like, I'll tell you that you will love it, trust me, if you like poetry. And it's very refreshing. It's not complicated poetry, and it's wonderful. I do recommend it. Next, the very last one that I read is her first published book, to my knowledge, but at least from those 2, this is the first one that she published. It's Milk and Honey, and I am glad I didn't read this when I first saw it, like 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, is when I saw this book, maybe a year and a half. But this book got in my hands at the right moment in my life. I'm a very good believer that every book, depending on their content, gets to your life in a moment you need it the most. And this one right here was one of them. And my liking for this book, it goes above 5 out. That's all I can say. Guys, so that's pretty much it for today. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to hit subscribe and the bell right next to it, so every time we drop a video, it will let you know and you can come and watch it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and as I mentioned, I'll be back with more videos. Bye bye.